Harper had spent 20 years keeping Vanguard logic running, yet almost no one in the company knew how much depended on her work. She wasn't interested in office gossip, company parties, or motivational speeches. She cared about one thing: making sure the systems never failed. Most employees never noticed the late nights she spent restoring servers, fixing network failures, or preventing security problems before they reached customers. When everything worked, people assumed it happened automatically. Then everything changed. A new vice president named Preston arrived. He was the founder's son and believed confidence was more important than experience. He filled the office with consultants, trendy ideas, and endless presentations about innovation. His girlfriend, Willow, often accompanied him to work, calling herself a workplace wellness expert. Soon conference rooms were filled with vision boards, scented candles, and team-building sessions instead of technical planning. Harper watched in disbelief as serious engineering meetings disappeared from the calendar. Her detailed reports were ignored. Her recommendations were dismissed as outdated. Little by little, her responsibilities were handed to people who barely understood the company's infrastructure. She realized they no longer valued the person who had built the systems they depended on every day. Instead of arguing, Harper quietly prepared. She organized every network diagram, updated every license record, and documented every critical process. She made sure the infrastructure could protect itself from unauthorized changes. The security systems already required proper authorization before anyone could make major changes. Harper simply ensured every safeguard was fully documented and operating exactly as intended. She wasn't creating a trap. She was making certain the company followed the rules it had always relied upon. One Monday morning, she was called into Preston's office. He barely looked up from his phone. "We're restructuring," he said. "We appreciate your years of service, but we're moving in a different direction." Willow smiled politely beside him. "Your style doesn't really fit our vision anymore." Harper listened without interrupting. She placed her security badge on the desk. "I hope you're ready," she said calmly. "The systems you're taking over are more complicated than you think." Preston laughed. "We'll manage." Harper wished them well and walked out of the building for the last time. For the first time in years, she felt surprisingly relaxed. By afternoon, her phone began buzzing with messages. Several internal systems were reporting problems after administrators attempted configuration changes without fully understanding the environment. Automated security controls restricted certain operations, exactly as they had been designed to do, instead of asking experienced engineers for help. Preston ordered several emergency changes. Each rushed decision created another problem. The monitoring dashboards slowly filled with warning alerts. Payroll processing stopped. Remote offices struggled to connect. Customer services experienced delays. The company's IT staff worked through the night, trying to understand systems they had barely been introduced to. Harper ignored every message. She was no longer an employee. The next morning, the founder, Arthur, returned from an overseas business trip. He entered the operations center expecting the usual quiet efficiency. Instead, he found exhausted engineers staring at screens full of warnings. "What happened?" he demanded. No one had a clear answer. Finally, someone admitted the truth. The only person who fully understood this environment was Harper. Arthur immediately asked his assistant to contact her. Harper agreed to attend one meeting. When she entered the boardroom the following morning, every executive stood as she walked in. Arthur looked tired. "I need you to explain what's happening." Harper connected her laptop to the conference screen.